New fragrance review for you today. This time it's Icon by Alfred Dunhill. It was released in 2015. The nose behind it is Carlos Benayem, and it's categorized as a woody aromatic. Plenty of chatter and hype around this one when it first came out. When I first sprayed this on, I get a very sweet introduction. And what I can compare it to is like opening a package of those sugary, sweet, candied orange slices that you can get in the grocery store. So if you've ever opened up a package of those and stuck your nose in there to take a whiff, this is exactly what I get. After about 5 to 10 minutes, it begins to get green. And that greenness comes from petit grain. It's slightly bitter in the petit grain, but the sugary sweetness of this fragrance completely shuts out that attempt to balance it with a little bit of tartness or sourness from the green accord. It maintains its sweetness from the cardamom, and after about an hour, I begin to pick up on a little bit of vetiver poking through. It never becomes significant enough to make an impact on this fragrance. What you're really left with is a gummy, almost like a bubblegum accord, along with a green sweetness and a little pinch of vetiver. Eventually, after a couple of hours, the uber sugary sweet accord at the top along with the greenness fades away, and you're left with a generic base note accord. It's difficult to explain what it is because it's very jumbled at the base, but I can pick up on those same bits of vetiver and a sweet black glove leather smoothness. This entire fragrance has a smoothness to it from start to finish, but I don't want you to think that that means it's refined. That smoothness comes from just a little bit of neroli, and that neroli note hands off to that black glove leather in the base. So it's not an overly complex fragrance, and I think if you're a fragrance connoisseur, you've smelled many fragrances, you've smelled a good quality neroli fragrance, you should pass this one by. I don't think this is a high quality release. It may be of decent quality compared to the modern Dreck that we see now released, every single month by every company out there. But there are other great neroli fragrances out there. This one is relatively low cost, but there's another one out there that's actually in the niche realm that you could find for a good price on par with the pricing of this one. And that is Maître Parfumeur et Gantier's Eau pour le Jeune Homme. And that is a true neroli fragrance, and it's done at a very masterful level. So if you're really willing to pony up the money for some sweet generic fragrance like this, I think that you'd be better off finding that Maître Parfumeur fragrance and spending about the same amount of money. This you can find for between $50 and $60 in multiple outlets. The Maître Parfumeur, there's an unboxed listing for that fragrance for about $45, and I think you'd be better off spending your money on that, and you'll be much happier with a better quality composition. This one's more meant for the younger millennial generation looking for fragrances that are not offensive. So don't take my word for it. Give it a shot yourself. Find a sample. See what you think. Performance is decent, but the fragrance itself, unfortunately, is very lacking. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more.